Okay, so I'm going to review the quiz problem. Let's take a look at the first question. So I told you that you need to know how to solve the word puzzle problem. Okay, this is the word puzzle problem and this is the model solution that I introduced. Okay, if you understand this part, you can solve this question. Okay, so here you set up the II. This one is a read the column at ith location. Then once you read the column value, you set the range. What this means, because this n word window is moving is one at a time, and to test it, those sequence is the same with the banana here. So here, that's why the z test location is the zz to zz plus n words minus 1. Okay, the z is a 2. You can observe the second to the second 2 plus n word minus 1. Okay, and then task word is the read from the column vector here using this test location. And then you need to make the selection statement is equal word db, that is a banana is the same with test word. If yes, you need to assign the location. Okay, let's go back to this problem. This one is exactly same except for this one is just a one single vector, and then task is to count the number of the matlab here. Matlab count the numbers of the word, right? So here, so let's see this, and then the screen that you see in the grader is this one, right? Okay, so you can copy this and paste here. Basically, this is a function, gen word sequence, is generate the sequence which sequence is included a matlab. Okay, so the way of the solving this problem is exactly same. Let me do this. Okay. And this one, let's move the command window here. Okay, the here word sequence, and for II, we don't have to read each column, right? This is our only single vector. How to set the range? Numeral word sequence, but that is the 300 here, minus what is n word. Matlab is a 6, right? 6 or numeral, okay, it's the 6, then plus 1. That is the range. So basically here, that is the numbers of the this moving window. Okay. In the first iteration, you can check the character place a 1 to 6. The second iteration is a character vector place a 2 to 7. Okay. So in this case, and then what is the task location? This is II plus 6 minus 1, right? So if II is equal to 1, that will be the 6, right? And then you're reading the character vector, task to word. Okay, that is the word sequence, then task to location, right? And then you need to design this selection statement, task to word and matlab, right? Okay, makes sense? What is the action statement? In this case, you're assigning the location, but here Well, this one is the count the numbers of the matlab, right? So initially, num_matlab initialize with a 0. In here, if yes, the test word is a yes, you need to increase the 1 by 1, like this. Okay, that's it. So this, if you understand this word puzzle problem, you can solve this problem. You can only change this part. Learner's preview. You can copy this code and paste here. Run script. No error. Submit. Okay. Test passed. Make sense? Okay, there's a good 2. Okay. Let's move on to the second problem. Second problem is the personally easiest one, because we already know how to solve this one. Okay, so this is the quiz 1 problem, and then I already introduces my solution. Okay, then I also introduce another good solution, but let's use the my solution. Okay, here, this is the solution that I introduced. Okay, how to change it? Okay, here, this one is the first box. Box 2 is the second box. Box 3 is the box inside of the this white box, right? So we just find out the point is located in the yellow or not. This is the same thing. What is the first box size? Okay, that is the 4, 12, 12, and 10, 18, right? And the second box is the 8, 16, 6, 14, right? What is the third box? The box inside, 8, 12, and 10, 14, right? So let's hear. So what this code is, if there is a point, let's say there is a point which is the 1 by 2. So in this case, the point is a 1 by 2 vector, right? Point is a 1 by 2, let's say 10 or the 12. This code is to give you this point inside is a check if this point is inside of the yellow area or not, right? Okay, now the question is how to check the 300 point. You need to use the loop structure for I is equal to 1 to 300. Okay, how to change this part? Point become a point set located at the i's row, right? Because the point set is 300 by 2, you need to check the individual point coordinate that are placed in each row. Yeah. And then select then Control I is smart indent. Okay. And then here, what is the output that we need? In this case, you're going to write a script to compute the numbers of the point. So here, you need to initialize num_point in 0. So how to design this part? So basically, this one is to check if the point is inside or not. Okay. So if yes, you need to increase the num point in num point in plus 1. The structure is exactly the same with the previous question, the question 1. That's it. Okay? That's a simple, right? You can just reuse the code that I introduced in the quiz 1 solution review. Okay? And then how to find out the b num point out. I mean, I already mentioned this one, right? How to solve this one. Don't write a script to compute this point outside from scratch. You just simply not is point inside. On here, you can simply 300 minus num point. Right. Okay. You don't have to design the actual script to compute the numbers of the point outside, right? That's it. So here, learners preview, then copy this code and paste here. You need to check that because but remember that when you copy and paste your previous script that are designed for different purposes, you need to check this line by line. But in here, so point is the same, reading the 1 point, they're checking this. There is a point inside, so checking the point, whether point is inside or not. I think the script is correct. Run script, no error, submit. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the third problem. Reuse the script in the previous problem. This is for the quiz 1, the fifth problem in the quiz 1. Let's copy this code and paste here. Okay, let's take a look at this model solution. So this problem is the checking the 3 character. Okay, this is the how we can compute the the score for each character. So one character, you can plug in the character and then typecasting to double, and then minus a double A. So if character is A, the score is a 0. Your character is the B, the score is a 1. But in here, the score is graduated by the 2. So basically, you're multiply the 2 here. Or in the model solution, I did this one in here. Right? It doesn't matter, but let's keep this. Keep this. This is the how we can compute the score of each character. Okay? Make sense? So we are going to use this line to solve this problem. Okay. The difference of this problem is that you need to compute the score for 100 character and 50 player. Okay. So if you hear this problem, if you see this problem statement, you need to design double loop structure, right? So let's do this. For I equal to 1 to 50, because we're finding out the winners among the 50 player. Therefore JJ equal to 1 to 100, right? Because the JJ is to read the individual characters in the character sequence of the II's player. So test sequence is the player sequence. The player sequence size of the player sequence is 50 by 100. So yeah. Now test sequence is 1 by 100. That is the sequence similar to this one. In this case, 1 by 3. In this case, test sequence is 1 by 100. How to get the score? So like a test score initialize with the 0. Then with the ZZ, you need to read the test character. That is test sequence JJ, right? So it's like a programming logic is you first read the sequence of the ith player. Using the inner loop, you're going to read the character, single character. Then what is the test character score? That is this part, right? So you're going to test the character, then typecasting to double, then subtract this numeric, the values of the A, and then multiply 2. That is the score of the test character. Okay, so you just simply add the test score. Now let's test the total score. Test the total score, comma, test the total score plus the test character score. Okay. Now, what is the test score? Test the total score. Test the total score is the score of the player, ith player, right? So there is the two ways to solve this problem. Okay, the problem is to find out the winner's ID. Okay, to do this, there's the two ways to solve this problem. You just make a vector, total score, initialize with the 50, 1 by 50. Okay, so you're going to store the score for each player. So here, total score II, you can assign this the test total score. Okay, and then how to find out the winner's ID? Winner, what is the win ID? Become a max total score. Okay. Makes sense? This part is to compute the score for each player, and then you're using the max built-in function to find out the winner's ID. Another way, okay, let me check this solution first. Testing this solution first. And then learn as a preview. Copy this script and run script. No error, submit. Okay. Or you can use this structure. And where's the max? Yeah. This is the how to find the maximum numbers of the given array. Okay, so here, okay, the current max score is to set up the 0. Okay. F current max score, let's say current max score max score is less than the test total score, current max score become a test total score, and then your win ID become a II. Can you see this logic? So here, okay, win ID, so initializes the 1. Okay. So here, so I already explained the logic of the how to find out the maximum number. This one is exactly same up to this point. You can set it up the current maximum. Current max score is less than the test score. You're assigning this test total score as current max score, and then assign the win ID. Okay. So the logic is when this current so II's location is when the current max score is a maximum. That's why when this code is in this iteration, when the total score is a maximum, you're assigning those ID to the win ID. The win ID is never changed unless there's the higher test total score. Okay, you can use this structure as well. So here, copy this code. Oh no, not this one. Right? This one, right? Copy this code in here. Run script. No error. Submit. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the fourth problem. That is this one, right? Value arrangement. Okay. Basically, this one is very similar to the one of a tutorial problem, which is let me check. This one. Okay. The only difference is this one is like a vertical direction. No, it's a horizontal direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. And then this problem is like a vertical direction. Okay? Make sense? Okay, let's see the model solution. Okay? But again, so you can solve this one without looking at this model solution. Okay? So let's solve it directly. Okay, how to solve this problem? Okay, let's first design the loops solution. Okay, let me copy this initial given code. Given code is this one, right? Okay, how to solve the A? So basically you need to flip the column vector located at even index, right? So what is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So like the linear indexing order, right? So for instance, the reshape the 1 to 16, 4 by 4. This is the linear indexing order 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go up 5, 6, 7, 8, right? But this one is only the even column is like a flipped, right? It's like a flipped up and down, right? So you can design the loop structure. Oh, okay, first create the mat A, that is the reshape 1 2 n square, right? N by n, right? We first create this matrix, okay? Then let's say A for I is equal to 1 2, let's say 2 2 2 2 n, right? Because we are going to read only the even column, right? The mat A I is the column, right? To do this, mat A I is column, flip. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's run it. Let's comment it out, this one. Let's run it. Okay, let me do this. Let's say n is let's testing this code using the small size of the matrix. Okay, here stopping point, clear this out, run it. What is the mat A? Mat A is like this, linear indexing order. If you run it, the second column is flipped, right? But the rest of the column is remain same, right? Run it again. This the last column, the first column is flipped. This is the exactly same as the expected outcome. Yeah, that's the solution. Okay. What about the B? B is the even more simple. Mat B is initialize 1 to n square, n by n. Okay. How to access the even column? Using this one. All value in the vertical direction to n. Okay. Then you can flip mat B to n. Okay. That's it. The model solution introduces this one, right? But in this case, flip LR, right? This is left and right. You can use the flip, or sorry, it's not flip, UD, right? Flip. Okay, so for instance, if you're DOC flip, so flip is the, if a matrix is the reverse the element in each column, right? So yeah, you can use the flip, or you can use the flip UD. Okay. So activate it. See, no, mat A is equal mat A, mat B, mat A and mat B is the same. Yeah, that's the solution. Makes sense? And paste here and run it. Submit. Submit first. No error, right? Submit. All tasks passed. Okay. Let's move on to the fifth problem. I assume that you already know this problem statement up to this point, right? So let's solve the problem directly. Okay. Given code. Okay, here. Okay. A is, okay, this is the homework problem, this one, okay. A is the mean total quake year, mean total quake year, which report the year of the lowest total numbers of the earthquake. Okay. What is the total numbers of the earthquake? You need to summing up Fs, Ms, and As, right? In a horizontal direction, right? Because we are going to find out the lowest year, so you need to know what is the total numbers of the earthquake each year, right? That is the place on the first three row, right? Sum total, that is a sum earthquake stats, all row, first to the third column. What is the second argument? It's a 2, right? This should be adding up in the horizontal direction. How to mean total quake year? That is the year. You're going to find out year, right? So mean sum total, right? And then this give you the minimum total quake year. Okay? Make sense? Okay. What about the B? B is the num years over 800. Okay. Numbers of the year with over 800 aftershock. Okay. So where is the aftershock? Aftershock is AS, right? So you're initializing this one is a 0. So you need to make a loop statement. 1, 2. Fifth year. F. You're reading the aftershock in the first year. Earthquake. Stats. II's row. And then third column. So more than 800. You need to increase this value by 1. Yep, that's it. Okay, you need to put the semicolon here. Okay, that's simple, right? I mean, this question is pretty much similar to your homework question. And C is the average num damage. Okay, 1/3 vector that report the average numbers of the damaged building, each building type over the 5 years. Okay. In this question, okay, let's do this. So where is this information? Is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th to the 6th column, right? So you're going to access all column 5th to 7th column, right? This is the, the residential or the government and historical building data. Okay, this is the, let's say, building data. Okay, how to find out this average num damage? That is average num damage. So can simply mean building data. What direction is the vertical direction? That you can see that one, or you don't need to put this one because the default this direction is a vertical. So in this case, let's run it up to this point. Okay, what is the size of the, what is the size of the average num damage? That is the size 1/3. Now the final question is total damage cost ascending order. Okay, what is the total damage cost? Okay, the cost of the residential building, that is, let's do this. The cost res is the earthquake stats fifth column times damage cost first, right? Copy and paste. What is the government? Government, and this one is the historical building. That is the seventh column, and then sixth column. Damage cost is 2 and 3, right? Okay, that is the cost for the damage cost for each year by this building type, right? Okay, now the total damage cost, the total DMG cost is the year summing up less plus cost to government plus cost list. Okay. This question is asking the order the year, not the order the damage cost. So here simply put this total damage cost ascend in this second output argument, right? This is the ordering the value. This is their ID. So you need to use the sort total DMG cost ascend. Ascend is a default, so you can omit this second argument. Yeah, that's it. So you can copy this script, then paste here, run script. Okay, so damage cost. Damage costs. I think that this, yeah, it's not damage cost, the DMG cost, right? Okay, change this one. Run script. No error. Submit. Okay. Is the total damage cost ascend incorrect? Why? Oh, here this is the variable name is wrong, right? Total the cost ascend. Okay, right? This one. Copy this part and paste here. Here. Okay. And run it. Later, submit. Okay. Good. Okay, so let's solve the final problem. So this is a candy store. So we are already familiar with this candy store problem, right? So here, there are many candy store problem or donut store problem. The structures are same. Okay, so let's see the problem header. Okay, so here, so in this question, we are going to testing the 500, the 10-digit number. So you can start with the loop, num ID, and then your test number, cart, num, all, row, right? And then you can design this condition statement to find out winning the prize. Okay, so condition 1 is the fifth test. Okay. Let's do this. T num test the sequence of the fifths plus test equals 6 is greater than sum of the first and last column. TST sequence first, TST sequence last. Right? Condition 2 is the third last digit. So I saw the students make a mistake in here. Okay, this one is the first last, the last number. This is the second last. This is the third last, right? This is not -3. Third last number is greater than 7. Okay. And then third condition is the sequence, the numbers of the 9. So for I is equal to 1 to 10, we are going to testing the num 9. Okay. Sorry, this should be the JJ. We are familiar with this structure, right? F test sequence at JJ is equal to 9, num 9 plus 1, right? So condition 3 is the num 9 is the less than 3, right? Condition 4 is the test sequence third is not equal to test sequence 6. Okay. That's it. So F condition 1, and condition 2, condition 3, condition 4. You're assigning the price RS. Okay, you can put the count 1. Because we are only give the the price the 3 customer count plus 1, right? Count, you're assigning their ID, right? Okay, now F, the count is the 3. We need to stop this loop statement. So we need to use the break. Okay. So because we repeated this types of the question several times, the only difference is how to design this condition statement. Right? Oh, by the way, this count start from the 1. Let's say 0. You can start from the 1 or start from the 0, but for here you can count is initialized with a 0. Add the 1 and assign those the ID value. Okay. Let's copy this script, place it here, then run script. No error, submit. Okay, good.